going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, back again to the next video. Today, we're going to get into a trifecta: Tom Macdonald, Adam Calhoun, and Staxx. Now, all of these artists are pretty similar in the sense that they talk about important messages and important discussions all the time. Staxx is a little bit more, I think, on like mental health and men's health, and then Tom is obviously more about like governments and corruption and things like that. And I don't know, I'm not sure with Adam exactly what his MO is. I know the song that he did with Tom, American Flags, he was definitely in that more Tom Macdonald side. So you have three artists that are talking about important things on one track. And it's called Black and White. So I'm assuming it's going to be about like race, and we don't see race, and maybe on that side. I don't know. But we're going to jump right into it. Hope you're having a good day. Come by with your boy.
In the truck, 10 of my buddies are already drunk. We don't go nowhere that doesn't have liquor and cigarettes. Riding mechanical bulls in the club. We like to hunt, leave with a gun. Come back tomorrow, we covered in blood with a bucket of guts. We all tough for the f***, we pop in the clutch, we ain't stuck in the mud. I'm the white boy with the baseball bat, bunch of face tattoos and a NASCAR hat, and a backyard like scrapyard. Got a glass jar full of tobacco that's blacker than asphalt. Rolling with hundreds of crackers who acting like animals. They cannot handle their alcohol. We the white boys from the backwoods and the bad hoods and the trailer park trash that pack guns. When I was younger, they taught me to struggle and hustle like 200 bikers, and they were my brothers. We coming for blood and you running for cover. Addicted to drugs in the gutter. We're darker than anyone leaving the club. We go dumber than thugs. We got mullets and putters and multiple gunners that come in Hummers. You under the rubber, you'll never recover. Chain smoking, my lungs hurt, my neck red, got sunburns. Bumping Eminem, we all know the words. Bunch of white boys flipping hella birds. Hillbilly really don't care if you like them. Little bit of moonshine fire inside them. Kill him in a minute, don't care who's fighting. You don't wanna trip on the kids of Vikings. Camo and mullets and cowboy hats out in public. Got ammo stashed in my cousins and cashing addicts and cupboards. They all diss and we don't listen, can't hear it no more. We gone fishing, they gone missing. I told y'all before. I be on some white people hanging out the window of a truck, yelling, I don't give a f***. White people. Every time they see me pulling up, they be like, oh my God, he be on some white people. Jumping out the plane, no parachute.
So Staxx will do like the black version.
I ain't learned from school, always ditch Ferris Bueller. Screw your little truck, my square body over there's cooler. Every white boy riding with me over there. Shooters, I'm the white boy with the Mossberg pump. Sit shotgun when I pop the truck. The Northern a monster off the jump. I'm up, I rock a lots of guns. This ain't soccer, but watch them run. Shoot him in the lung, need oxygen. Huffing blood like he often does. Talk too much till his coughing shuns. I'm never gonna back up too much ammo. We got hammered, used to battle. Had my fights right on the gravel. Back in the day, we used to handle like men, but now we're canceled. Look at us like states for cancer. Look at them like pull your pants on. Dumbass kids ain't got no answer. Looked up to dudes with tattoos and rap music, bad moves and abuse in my past, acting stupid. I used the bad news for the gas to keep moving. I made it where I'm at. Now you rather see me losing. All my guys got tattoos on their face. They did the time, they got jammed. What the hell's a blue check? They ain't got no Instagram. Ask around, everyone knows. They might think that I care, but I don't. I'll be out some white people hanging out the window of a truck, yelling, I don't give a f***. White people. Every time they see me pulling up, they be like, oh my God, he be on some white people.
Yes, segregated, but I'm still in the mix. I've been with Timer before he got canceled for speaking the truth about the world and exposing it for what it actually is. I see race as an issue, I'm running it back to the government to tell them this is a democratic, liberated, conservative, patriarchy dipped in action, affirmative hit song. Bet they still cut me a check. State that I'm in as my mind is way deeper than color. I ain't think I'm blue versus red. I'm in control, consider that I'm carrying more than you know. One in the chamber that's ready to blow. Right at you pussies who claiming you woke. I'ma keep praying that you get exposed. I promise. I'm not abiding by rules that you set for me. I'm not that mad at the past. I mean, it was only a couple of centuries. Well, actually, I'm pissed, but won't let that be my identity. So on behalf of all blacks, I forgive and don't want to be enemies. Just say you're sorry and talk to me nice. This is comedic. If you get offended, that's a reflection of your own life and how you failed to live it right. So it's not black versus white, it's wrong versus right. Cause color is just a result of these multiple factors that we didn't choose. I mean, mom, dad, race, religion, things we're born into. Generational curses that get undone once we undo moves. See life from a different view, beyond our own skewed, manipulated by the news. Crude, shrewd things they use to confuse the masses. Put us in social classes, separated by percentages paid for taxes. Income brackets, clothes, cars, shoes, size of asses. I bet they try to blackmail me once I black out on these demographics and push past the stereotypical average and get blackballed and they cut all my traffic.
Oh my God, he be on some black people. Hanging out the window of the trunk, screaming, I don't give a f***. Black people. Every time they see me pulling up, they be like, oh my God, he be on some white people.
Okay, that was fun, man. That was fun. It's not, and here's the thing with a lot of Tom's music that I've heard, it's very much so oriented around a message that he needs to get out to the people that's important in society, important what's current in the culture, right? And with that comes me not really wanting to listen to it over and over, because it's more like important topic message music than it is something I'm going to listen to and have on repeat that takes me to, escape. Because music for me usually is an escape most of the time. It's heavily dependent on what mood I'm in, what I'm using it for, if I'm using it to work out, if I'm using it to run, if I'm using it to drive around at night, if I'm using it to think. Like for me, it's more of a drug in that sense. Like I use it for something. Now with this, I like the concept of the song. I like how it went back and forth. Well, not really back and forth too much, but white people shit to black people shit when Dax came on to illustrate the concept that we're all the same, right? Like we're leaning out the window, yelling shit, singing music. We're with our boys. In this case, they're going hunting. Dax didn't really touch too much on that, but like Tom specifically was talking about how him and his boys will go hunt. They'll play Eminem music. They all know the words. Like he painted a picture of what him and his boys do as white people, right? And white culture, listening to black culture. And then Dax went a little bit more onto the politics side, which I didn't see coming, but he also painted the picture of what blacks go through and the how the last 200 years I'm still pissed, but it's not going to be my identity. Let's move past it. Even though people try to blackmail me, they blackball me. Like I like the play on words with a lot of that stuff that he used. And so I like how it's sharing both sides, but at the same time we're all in it together. We all share the country, right? We're all neighbors. And so the underlying message is that we're in it together. We're on some white people shit. We're on some black people shit. We're just on people shit, right? And Dax had a very good section of his verse talking about how there's things that you can't even control, like you're just born into, who you don't choose your parents. You don't choose your religion to grow up into. Like you might be able to choose it later in life, but you don't choose what's indoctrinated into you as a young kid up until your teens. And then when you get older, you can make your own decisions. But by then you've already been programmed for 10 plus years by your family, your surrounding neighbors, your environment, wherever you're born, things that are out of your control. So Dax's verse was a little bit deeper than it may have seemed on the surface level. Now, let's get into each verse. I think Tom had the best flow. Dude snapped like crazy. It's appropriate that he wore the Eminem shirt and went off like Eminem. The flow was nuts. I really like how after he started with his foot on the gas and then let off, he was like, he took that big breath and then went in again. That was cool because it was just like, I'm thinking, Jesus, this dude is popping. And then here he goes, takes a big breath to let me know that he knows he's popping. You know what I mean? So I really liked his as far as the flow. The best, I think Adam, his was kind of basic in comparison to Tom's and Dax's. It wasn't bad, but Tom just set it so high off the rip, and then Adam had to follow that. It was really hard. He did good. It was solid. It's a good verse. He had a nice flow switch. He sounded good. Just his vocal presence and his energy matched the song really well. But just following up with Tom was pretty hard. And then Dax, I think, also had to follow up with Tom too, because Tom set the bar. But Dax, I think, did a little bit better than Adam just because he had a little bit more deeper kind of concepts in his verse. He also had some pretty good flow. It did sound a little rusty, or not rusty, but it sounded a little rushed at certain parts, but that's because there was a beat change, so I'm not sure if it was the beat throwing me off a little bit or if it was Dax's flow, but he sounded good, and I think I like Dax's verse the best in terms of like the depth to it. But I mean, that's just me analyzing the song. Overall, it's just them, just trying to get across the message that we're all the same, bro. Like, it's black and white. We're in it together, essentially. And it goes without saying, they're including other races as well, right? Asian, white, black, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. Russian, it doesn't matter, right? They're including everybody, but black and white is always the main topic in America specifically. So I enjoyed this, but I'm not going to be playing it back. It's not like a banger. I will say I like the beat. I think this is one of the better beats that I've heard from Tom, and I like most of the song more so than I usually do. The choruses, though, with Tom usually kind of push me off a little bit. Like, they're just not as catchy as I'd like them to be in terms of music, but it's still solid. And I think I like this one better than American Flags. This one's a little bit more easy of a listen. It's a little more digestible in that sense. So I like it. And the video's chill. They're just hanging out. They're riding in the golf cart. They're on their little the little house, they're playing tennis, whatever. It's simple, man. They're just hanging out. And that's what the song is. It's just hanging with your boys regardless of color. So that'll do it for today's reaction video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment down below. It helps the channel grow, helps the YouTube algorithm. If you're new here and you haven't done so, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I drop a video every day. If you're not new here, welcome back. I appreciate the love and support. You don't know what to do. Leave some comments down below. What do you think about this? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Whose verse was your favorite and why? If you're a fan of any of these guys right here, Tom, Adam, Dax, be sure to support them. Always support the artist or band that you like. Support is number one for anybody that's making content or music, so be sure to reciprocate that. With all that being said, hope you're having a great day. Sending positive vibes your way, and until next time, I'm out.
You ain't gotta worry, put your trust in me, 'cause you running from your problems.